Hey guys, Betty here, and today's video is going to be June's book of the month. Now, this month is a very, very, very special month, as it is paperback edition. No ebooks this month, guys, or books, if I can hold them all. Real books this month, can you believe it? I kind of get bored of the ebook. I do. Sometimes I just love a good read. Sometimes I like a good book that you can sort of open, smell. I love the smell of books. Oh, the smell of life. I know that I've been a bit kind of MIA of late, guys. I've had a pretty fucking astonishing couple of weeks. I broke my phone, which, you know, kind of ended my life. I broke my charger to my iPad, so I didn't have that either. So nobody could contact me. I could contact nobody. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go on social media or anything, which really, really, really pissed me off. So I had to save some money, buy a new phone, buy a new charger, and here we are. I'm back. So to kick things off this month, I want to start with Behind Closed Doors by B.A Paris. Now, this is in the book charts. I did buy it from Tesco. I wanted to read this book for so long because I've heard so many good things about it. The story is about Grace and Jack Angel, a married couple who has the perfect life. Or do they? I actually really enjoyed this book. Honest to God, it was not what I thought it was going to be. Like, I can't believe that this is in the charts. Like, I said this last month about The Teacher by Katarina Diamond, I think it was. And I couldn't believe that was in the charts. And I can't believe that this is in the charts. It is very psychotic. It is very, very dark. A bit pervy. A bit out there. It has so many levels to this book. It's unreal. It really is. I felt so helpless for Grace. I really did. I kind of connected with her on another level. I like levels. I kind of connected with her on like a certain level. Like, I think every girl can sympathise with being in a relationship that, you know, has like a certain amount of control. Every girl on this planet has probably experienced every aspect of control. So I did connect with Grace a lot. The ending was just like, fuck. I loved it. I really loved it. Grace's niece gets dragged into it as well. I didn't skip parts. Wow, the monologues weren't huge. Detail, but not too much detail, just enough to keep you going. I loved it. So if you haven't read it, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm gonna say. Go get it. Pick it up. Honest to God, it was 2 for £7 in Tesco. It is really a good read, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fan-fucking-tastic. Honest to God. If you want a creepy, fucked up, kind of psychological, kind of thrill read, this is your man. On to book 2. Bones of the Lost by Kathy Reichs. I always have trouble saying her surname. I've loved Kathy. Me and Kathy, we go a long way. She is the writer for Temperance Brennan. She is a, what is she? She's a forensic anthropologist, and if you've seen the hit show on TV Bones, it was based upon this series, and there's probably like a gajillion, McBillion, McFrillion, McFucking Fillion million books in this series. Q Temperance, a forensic anthropologist. She is put on a case of a teenage girl who died in suspicious circumstances. Dun dun dun! I love Kathy. I kind of explained to you how much I do love Kathy. But the thing is with this book, there was like 4 cases in one. It wasn't just about the teenage girl. Temperance went to Afghanistan to do something over there, and there was like Bones over here. There was like 4 cases within one in this book, so I did find it kind of hard to keep up with certain cases, like who was talking and stuff like that. Kathy liked and retweeted my tweet, which, you know, I loved, so thanks, Kathy. It seems to be very detailed. It took me 6 days to finish this bad boy, 6 days, which is really disappointing, because usually me and Kathy, because, you know, we're like that, I can usually go through her book in like 24 hours, but unfortunately with this one, it was just, it's not one of her best works. It was a struggle to get through. There were so many plots, so many twists and turns. It was hard to stay focused on sort of one thing. It was enjoyable. Like I said, not her best work, but I did enjoy it. And this book, I was looking on Goodreads, and this book has a lot of stick on Goodreads, man. It really, really does. The reviews are not great. I mean, I enjoyed it, it was good, but there's a lot happening in one book, so just be warned. On to book 3 is The Other Child by Lucy Atkins. The story is about Tess and Greg. They emigrate from the UK to America to start their new life. And it all goes fucking wrong. The suspense was actually killing me all the way through this book, because obviously it says on the front, a new life, a new home, the lie that changes everything. So like every page that I was reading, I was just like, what the fuck is this lie? What the fuck is this lie? What the fuck is this lie? Greg's an asshole with a god complex. Just thought I'd let you know that. I find myself suspecting everybody has done something wrong. The pace of this book bothers me. I don't know if it was because I'm impatient or because I was getting a little bit bored, but it does repeat itself a lot, which kind of got on my tits. Repeats where Greg went to school a million times. Yes, we know where Greg went to school. You don't need to repeat it 5 fucking million times. A character in this book asked the other character a question, and it took her 3 pages to answer. 3 useless pages of answering one question. The pace of the book was fucking me off, to say the least. I have to say, the ending was kind of anticlimaxy. I was expecting more drama, something more to happen. I was expecting some emotion, but there was nothing. I mean, it was a good book. This is the perfect beach book. So, you know, if you're going on holiday or whatever, pick it up, because I did get through it quite quickly, and I really, I did enjoy it. I did. But it was just too detailed. And I wanted more. I wanted more drama. I think the author could have taken the story in a different direction. Obviously they didn't, you know, you wrote the book, that's fine. But I just think there was more. There was more. You know, like, I love how, like, all readers turn into authors once they, like, start, like, I don't know, like, I find myself, because I've obviously been reviewing books now for quite a long time, and I find myself like, if I was the author. And it's like, I've never written a book in my life. Like, what makes me think that I could write a book, let alone criticise somebody else who's actually taken the time to write the book? Do you know what I mean? We all turn into fucking authors. But yes, it was good. Just, I needed a little bit more. That was all. Book 4 was The Other Me by Saskia Sarginson. Now, I want to share a bit of a pet peeve with you before I start talking about this book. So if you look closer at this book, you'll be able to see something on the cover. Why do businesses put stickers on books? It fucks me off to no end, because that happens and it ruins a fucking book. Don't put stickers on books. Sorry. The story revolves around a girl called Eliza, who's changed her name and moved to escape her past. So, I will say that the author actually liked and is now following me on Twitter. So, yo! Hey! Thank you so much for taking 2 minutes out of your life just to be like, thanks for reading, babes. I did not expect to get a bit of a history lesson out of this book. You look at the cover and you think, it's going to be like the perfect beach read. You know, you're gonna fly through it. It's going to be amazing. No, you get a history lesson, and it's World War II, which, you know, I'm a fan of World War II, I guess. I just wasn't expecting a history lesson. Eliza is a belly dancer. Her parents like want her to be like a doctor or, you know, something good or whatever, but she wants to be a belly dancer? She wants to be a ballet dancer, so she like leaves home and goes to uni and does dance and all that jazz. So many different times, so many different dates. It jumps back to like 1945 and then jumps back to like 2016. That kind of got on my tits a little bit. Ernest. Through the first like 100 pages, you have no idea who Ernest is. That kind of got on my nerves. You know, a little bit of introduction would have been nice. It wasn't what I was expecting. Some of it was dull. The story wasn't even about Eliza. It was about her mother and her uncle. The ending was sad. I will say the ending was pretty good. It was pretty good. I didn't cry, but I felt like I was going to. You know, I had the tight chest and the lump in the throat, you know. I had that, but yeah, it was okay. Just be warned for the history lesson of World War II. That's all I will say, and the ending will kick you up the ass because I was not expecting it. But yeah, give it a bash. You like it. On to book 5. Magus? Magus? I don't know. In my head I've been saying Magnus, but I know there's no N there, so I know it's not supposed to be like that, but that's kind of what I got. Magnus of Stonewylde by Kathy Reichs. So this was recommended to me by a friend. In the green hills of Dorset lies a hidden place of secrets, passion and fatal conflict. It is a bit fairy washy-washy. It is a bit like magical, like Stonehenge and like the summer solstice and shit like that. It is a bit like that. It's a little bit unbelievable at times. It is a little bit childish. And it's not a good sign when you've got nothing to say about it, really, is it? The way it's written, I struggled to get through it. I did struggle to get through it because the author kind of like goes into extreme detail about like all the solstice festivals and all the harvesting and like the leaves are green in summer and shit like that. Like, I don't particularly need to know what colour leaves are in summer because I fucking know. I need to look out my fucking window and look at a tree and we all know the leaves are fucking green. Yeah? The injustice in this book actually fucking killed me. I was actually shouting when I was reading this book. Because the story basically revolves around Yule, he's a guy, and Sylvia. Sylvia gets quite ill in the real world and she gets invited to Stonewylde, which is kind of like this cult kind of thing where she goes to get better. She meets Yule. It's like Romeo and Juliet and quite in love. And yeah, I wanted more. I wanted more fucking drama. I wanted more. Unfortunately, I wanted more pain. I wanted more abuse. I wanted more. And guys, I think I might be ready maybe to delve into dark romance a little bit again, because I was reading this book and I was just like, so much could happen in this book. So much like there could be just a smidge of abuse. Just a smidge. And it would have turned this book upside down and all around. It was okay. It's very, very childish, very magical, fairy dust fucking shit. If you're younger than me, you might like it. But I didn't really, I don't know. On to the final book in this book of the month is Moondance of Stonewylde by Kathy Reichs, part 2. So the first book kind of got on my tits, but I had that niggling feeling that I needed to know what happened to Yule, because I kind of fallen in love with Yule. The story continues. Will Yule and Sylvia be able to save Stonewylde? Dun dun dun. I need to find out whether this book was going to intrigue me or bore me. I needed to find out. Describing into great detail, okay, about the leaves, the harvest, leaves in autumn. Like, what the fuck? I know what leaves look like in the fucking autumn. You don't need to tell me 6 million times through the fucking book. The ending was a lot of bollocks. I thought it was stupid. I thought this book was so unbelievable and really, 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 really childish There are 5 books in this series and I will not be reading any more because I've had enough. I don't particularly care what happens to Yule and Sylvia, whether they save the day or not. I couldn't care less, to be honest with you. Just not my thing. Not my thing at all. And those are my 6 books. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And my book of the month is Behind Closed Doors by B.A Paris. If you haven't read it, please go out and get it and read it because it is fucking awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well guys, I hope everything's well with you. I feel like I've just sat here and ranted at you for like a good half an hour. I am awesome. Scheduling will be back on track. And yeah, please like and subscribe. You know what you're fucking doing. And I'll see you next time. Thanks guys.